Shalom and welcome to another episode on this channel. My goal is to spread awareness, warnings, and revelations. Spread the message to value your virtue. If this is something that you support, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing the message to those you love. So, in this video, we're going to be talking about OF models and the effect that it has on kids. And we could see that today because a lot of kids, teenagers, preteens know about these women because they are, in fact, on social media, they are on the internet, and do have easy access to these things. Kid spots an OF model while walking by her house and had this to say to her.
My dad subscribes to your OnlyFans!
Fuck yeah!
Your dad is subscribed to my OnlyFans?
Yeah, he jerks off to your shit like every day.
Oh my god.
So there you have it. And I watched that with you, and that's absolutely sad. Those kids look like they were probably like 13 and 12. It just goes to show where society is going. And at this point, it's gone far. And it reminds me of going to school and being in a situation where I'm around other kids that know about things that they shouldn't. Because he's saying that his dad watches you. Okay, I don't know the situation at home if his dad is married. But the fact that he knows that and he says that is just like wild. Okay, and it also goes to show that who's to say that his dad isn't sharing this information with him and letting him do him as well. So it's just really sad, and we need to be training up our kids to know better, because porn is a portal. Like, they could label it whatever they want, but at the end of the day, that's something that's traumatic. I regret being introduced to that type of thing early on in my life, because it in turn ended up ruining my life, and it turned into something that took away my innocence and exposed me to things that I was not supposed to know at that time. As a kid, you're not going to know what you're really watching. All you're going to think about is the dopamine that you can get from it potentially. And even at that time, it wasn't like dopamine. It was like it was pure confusion. So it's really important that these kids are not learning this, or else it's going to create more broken homes, more crime, more violence, more it's just not a good thing. And we need to be focusing on training up our children. That's why I even put my kids in homeschool, because it's like these are the kids that are out here. And yes, you can say that you can't protect your kids from everything. And no, you can't. That's why it's important to train them up and raise them correctly, so that they have that wisdom, they have that discernment ahead of time to know what is right from wrong. And that's why, being able to be home with your kids and instilling that is essential, versus them going out there and having little Timmy teach them about sex. Yes, of course, we need to pray for the new generation, but we also need to be taking action, protecting our kids. There were so many things that went wrong in my life that were consequences that I have to deal with, not even just me in like that type of selfish aspect, but as far as with my kids, that I have to take on because of the decisions that I made, because of the knowledge that I lacked growing up. And there are certain things that I can't even talk on these platforms about. And I have put them in a book in the hopes that it can uplift the newer generation and even help someone to navigate these difficult times. And on top of that, young girls are getting their menstruation earlier and earlier, and it's all a part of an agenda to lower age consent, to narrow the gap between child and adult. I know that it's going to be very difficult to talk to your kids, to explain certain things to children that you don't want to explain to them, because again, it's their innocence. Them not knowing about these things is so essential. But as we get into this world, and if you feel like this is something that you need, I do have a book in the description. just to go over, what exactly is going on, things that I didn't even know what's going on as an adult. So you can feel free to check that out. Again, if you support this channel or you support this message, feel free to stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let the algorithms know that you enjoy the video and can spread the message and spread that awareness. I love you through Christ. God loves you even more. Enjoy the rest of your day. Blessings.